Hello guys, today we're going to talk about one of the best episodes of the series, The Snare. This one aired on December 7th, 1979. It's about 48-ish minutes long. It has 8.9 out of 10 on IMDb with about 100-ish user votes. It guest stars Bradford Dillman, who plays the bad guy. He was in some Dirty Harry movies, Enforcer, Sudden Impact, or whatever. And it's directed by Frank Orziotti, of course, who did Stuntworks on Maverick. And he shows it here. So this is a great episode. This is one of my favorite ones in the series. This is one of those episodes I remember watching growing up. This is like, oh, this. So, if you were in high school or whatever, I don't know how many schools did this, but my high school, we read The Most Dangerous Game in an English class. Not like high school, maybe more like middle school-ish. We read, and basically what's about is like a guy gets stranded on an island, and there's a rich man there that for sport he hunts people. This is pretty much that, but with the Hulk, and it's awesome. I will say this is a great example of they're saying, you know what, let's just make a good action kind of comic book episode. The bad guy in this could easily be a comic book bad guy. He reminds me a lot of Kraven the Hunter in a lot of ways, because he does so much to hunt and trap and strategy. I mean, he is very much could be a comic book villain. And I will say, in this series, there has been a lot of standout villains. I will say this villain here, this is probably one of the best villains in the series, in my opinion. Definitely one of more intimidating, not necessarily intimidating, but definitely one that's. I will say, I mean, this would have been great if. You see, the problem with the series is that they don't really keep good villains per se. They don't really go back to them, mainly because they keep everything kind of single-ended outside of the two-parters, and it's kind of a shame because it would have been awesome for that. But yeah, this one's really good. This, I will say, it's without a doubt, I think, the best single episodes of the series for sure. And the cool part about this episode is that they could have made a two-parter of this, and it probably could have been awesome. But they did. But as a one-parter, I think it's actually really good in that area too. And the thing about this episode, what makes it so great, is the villain. It's a great villain. It's a great setting. It's very well made. It's just a well constructed episode. It's a perfect episode. The action's great and everything. And yeah, I will say, if I had, it's not really a nitpick per se. I will say that I think I can't really say the nitpick totally because it deals with the end of the episode, the climax. Um, to be honest, I can't really call it a nitpick because it's just I don't know how you would get around it. In all honesty, if you're curious on what I think, just talk to me on Discord. There's a link to it in the about page / section of the channel. Or the YouTube comments if you don't care about spoilers. So don't look in the comments of this video if you don't want spoilers. So either way, but yeah, it's just very well made, and it's intense. You legit feel like he's up against a worthy foe. You don't feel like he's just a worthy foe. And the Hulk is just, yeah, this is a great episode. A lot of great scenes, a lot of great cinematography action. Great. It does. I do like the ending to it, like the ending. It's kind of it. I do. It's just, oh, what a great episode. And you know what? This episode didn't really have like any like topics of the week. I mean, there's a lot of great episodes in the series that have topics that they talk about very well, and even some more like above average episodes that do it well too. But it shows that the series is diverse in a way that, like I said in the last episode I talked about, it the series doesn't is the great episodes vary between like topic driven, action driven, um, mixture of both. It just, yeah, this is really good. I really I really like this episode a lot. It's one that I would like to see this character like in the comics, because I say Craven the Hunter, but yeah, Craven the Hunter. He's pretty much like that. I would dare say that he's pretty much Craven the Hunter. The only difference is Craven the Hunter, I think, is Russian, and this guy, he's just American. But he, but he, oh, it's just he's a great villain. He's, yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's just a great episode. I highly recommend it. And you know what? In all honesty, this episode is very standalone-ish. So if you kind of wanted to skip around, this is a great episode to watch if you don't feel like watching a lot of the other episodes. It's a definite much watch. And the only thing with this episode is that it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't really isn't referenced or connected with any other episode. So it's its own thing is that you it's kind of weird. If you watch the whole series and skip this episode, you wouldn't know that you skipped it because this doesn't come up again. But it's so epic. It's a great episode. I love it. And in all honesty, it some people may call it the best in the series, and I wouldn't argue with them to say it was. There is there is one though that I think is the best in the series, and we'll get to that a little bit later on. But yeah, I love this episode. I think it's great, and that's all I have to say about it. But yeah, definitely a must watch for sure. One of the great episodes of the series, and yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe and like the videos, and have a good day.